Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. Students, this is part 5 of the chapter direct and inverse variation. In this part 5, we will discuss questions from the exercise 13.2. Before going for solving exercise questions of 13.2, last class I have given you example number 9 as homework. I would like to teach you this example number 9 and writing working steps through this question. If 15 workers can build a wall in 48 hours, how many workers will be required to do the same work in 30 hours? Here, when you are solving such questions, first you need to identify it is of the type direct proportion or inverse proportion. Here we are given number of workers against the time of construction. You know, more the workers will make us to complete the work in less time. So, it is of the case inverse proportion. In the solution, first we will assume let the number of workers, since he is asking how many, let the number of workers employed to build the wall in 30 hours be x. So, when I assume that this is x, or choice is yours, any variable you can assume. Now, the table will be now we will draw the table. So, a table containing one column number of workers and number of hours. It is nothing but one way time. Number of hours will be something like time. So, you know always time and number of workers will inversely proportional. 15 workers are completing in 48 hours and we need the work to be completed in 30 hours with the help of x number of workers. You know here the number of workers is inversely proportional to the number of workers, to the number of hours. Therefore, you know that here we will have x1 by x2 being equals to y2 by y1. It implies here this gives x1 corresponding value y1, this is x2 corresponding value y2, and substitution 15 by x equals to 30 by 48. It implies 15 into 48 upon 30 gives you x value. which is nothing but 15 ones are 15 twos are 2, 24s are 48. Therefore, 24 workers are needed to complete to build the wall in 30 hours. So, this is how we solve this question, and these are the working steps minimum required to write. Keep it in your mind while you are solving such questions. Now, coming to the exercise 13.2. In 13.2, question number 1, which of the following are in inverse proportion? First, in that sub question, the number of workers on a job and the time to complete the job. Just now we solved example number 9, definitely it is inverse proportion. It is inverse proportion only. Next, second one, the time taken for a journey and the distance travelled. See, more the time you take, more the distance that you have travelled, or more the distance, then you require more the time. So, it is not there in inverse proportion, it is one way direct proportion. Next, area of a cultivated land and the crop harvested. See, more the area you have, I mean more the land you have, more the crop that you can harvest, which is one way. The more crop that if you are harvesting, then you must have more area. So, this is also not inverse variation because both are increasing together or decreasing together. It is not there in inverse proportion. It may be in direct proportion. Coming to the fourth one, the time taken for a fixed journey and the speed of the vehicle. You know, more the speed you go, less the time you take to complete that fixed journey. So, this is also in inverse proportion. So, coming to the fifth one, the population of a country and the area of a land per person. Area of land per person, this is one way called density. So, density we normally say area of a per person. See, more the area you have, you will have more the area and less number of people, definitely density is more. One way here, area per person, if it is less, then the population, sorry, here it is population, it is talking more population, then less area of land per person. Because if you watch in Uttar Pradesh, more the population is there and it is dense state we call, whereas when it comes to the let us say Meghalaya, Meghalaya has less number of people and still land for them is more. So, it is less dense place. More dense place, if you take the metropolitan cities such as Calcutta, is thickly dense population we have, that means more number of people and within less space are living. So, that is why it is more population, less area of land per person. It is also one way inverse variation only here. So, totally we have first one is in inverse variation, fourth one is in inverse variation, and fifth one is in inverse variation. Now coming to the question number 2nd. In a television game show, the prize money of rupees 1 lakh is to be divided equally amongst the winners. Complete the following table and find whether the prize money given to an individual winner is directly or inversely proportional to the number of winners. See children, in this question you could observe for one winner 1 lakh fully given. If two winners are there, 50,000 to each will be given. If 4 winners are there, then 1 lakh is divided by 4. So when 1 lakh is divided by 4, you will get 25,000 each will be getting. Whereas if 5 people as winners if you have, then 1 lakh will be equally divided amongst those 5, where each will get 20,000. And similarly, if 1 lakh is equally divided amongst 8 members, then you will have 12,500 where each will be getting. Similarly, 1 lakh when it is equally divided among 10 winners will give 10,000 to each, and if 1 lakh is divided among 20 winners equally, then each will get 5,000. So this is the table where for 4 members 25,000, I am writing K, for 5 members 20,000, for 8 members 12,500, I am writing K, instead of 1000 I am writing kilo. For 10 members 10K, for 20 members 5K, 5,000 will be given. Now coming to the further, here he is asking what is the relation between amount given, that is prize money given to an individual winner, to the number of winners. I say amount given to an individual winner is inversely proportional to the number of winners. So this is the answer we can say. Coming to the question number 3rd, Rahman is making a wheel using spokes. He wants to fix equal spokes in such a way that the angle between any pair of consecutive spokes are equal. Help him by completing the following table. If he takes 4 spokes, number of spokes in one column, and the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes is as 90 degrees. Why? Because in a wheel 360 degrees will be there, and that is to be shared by 4 spokes. That means 90 degrees will be the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes. If there are 6, then the angle between them 60 degrees. If it is 8 number of spokes, then 360 divided by 8 will give 45 degrees. If it is 10, then 36 degrees. If it is 12, then it is 30 degrees. There are 3 questions on this data given. We will solve one by one. Now coming to the first question, here are the number of spokes and the angle formed between the pairs of consecutive spokes is inverse proportion. You know, when 4 90 degrees, for 6 60 degrees, for 8 45 degrees, for 10 36 degrees, for 12 30 degrees, and you could see as the number of spokes increasing, the angle between consecutive pair of spokes is decreasing, but the product remains same. Product is 360 degrees only. So here you could observe that they are inversely proportional, and the answer is yes. Now coming to the next question, calculate the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes on a wheel with 15 spokes. If there are 15 spokes, then 360 degrees divided by 15 will give 24 degrees as angle between a pair of consecutive spokes. So answer is 24 degrees. Now coming to the third question, how many spokes would be needed if the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes is 40 degrees? So if it is 40 degrees, how much is the angle? You know, again if I divide 360 degrees by 40 degrees, now I will get how many spokes are there. So there are 9 spokes that he has taken. 9 spokes will be the answer. Coming to the question number 4, in a box of sweets, if a box of sweets is divided among 24 children, they will get 5 sweets each. How many would each get if the number of children reduced by 4? See children, now as I have already mentioned to you, the solution for example number 9, similarly here you have to solve. First, how many would each get? Let the number of sweets each child get when the number of children reduced to, by 4 means reduced to 24 minus 4 gives you 2, 20. So 20 will be the reduction number. Number of children reduced to 20 b. Here I am considering as a variable y. Now I am taking number of children 24, 20 as x1, x2, number of sweets that each child getting becomes the y1, y2, where 5 sweets that each child is getting when 24 children were there, when 4 children were reduced by, that means now the total number of children will be 20, then y number of sweets will be that they get. Now here more the children, less the number of sweets, less the children, more number of sweets. You have to mention that relation. Here the number of children is inversely proportional to the number of sweets that each gets. So, that is the relation. Now, I will take 24 into 5, the product should be remain same, equals to 20 into y. Therefore, y equals to 24 into y divided by 20. On cancellation, you will get 6 sweets that each will get. So, write the conclusion. This is how we solve this sort of questions. Now, henceforth, I will not write all the working steps, I will draw only the table and I will go for the solution. Coming to the question number 5, a farmer has enough food to feed 20 animals in his cattle for 6 days. How long would the food last if there were 10 more animals? Here I am drawing the table between number of animals, that is a number of cattle I can say, and between the number of days. So, here if there are 20 animals, it will be last in 6 days. If there 10 more added, that means 10 more to this 20 becomes 30, and we need y2 days. I just took this as x variable and this as y variable. You know, product should remain same, 20 into 6 equals to 30 into y2, y2 equals to 20 into 6 upon 30. Now, on cancellation, you will get 4 and answer would be 4 days. Write the conclusion. 4 days will be the number of days for 30 cattle the food get lost. Okay. Then coming to the question number 6. A contractor estimates 3 persons could rewire Jasminder's house in 4 days. If he uses 4 persons instead of 3, how long should they take to complete the work? Here, number of workers I am taking as one column, a number of days another column. Here, when 3 persons are there, they will complete in 4 days. If I take 4 persons instead of 3 persons, then they will complete in y2 days. You know, here again more the workers, less the time to complete. So, the product should remain same. This product 3 into 4 is equals to 4 into y2, this product. It implies y2 equals to 3 into 4 upon 4, it gives 3 days. So, complete the conclusion portion. In 3 days, 4 workers will complete the job. In 3 days, 4 workers will complete the job. So, this is the way we write. Coming to the question number 7. A batch of bottles were packed in 25 boxes with 12 bottles in each box. If the same batch is packed using 20 bottles in each box, how many boxes would be filled? Again, here I am taking number of boxes as one column. So, when there are 25 boxes and number of bottles in each box as column number y or column y, here when 25 boxes are there, then 12 bottles in each box have come, and if 20 bottles in each comes, then x2 will be the number of boxes that we use. Now the product remains same, 25 into 12 equals to x2 into 20. So x2 equals to 25 into 12 upon 20. On cancellation, 5 5s are 5 4s are 4 3s are, so 15 boxes are enough to fill all the bottles, having 20 bottles in each box. You write the conclusion. Okay. Then coming to the next question, 8. A factory requires 42 machines to produce a given number of articles in 63 days. How many machines would be required to produce the same number of articles in 54 days? Here, number of machines and number of days I am taking as two columns, x and y. When 42 machines were there, 63 days, within that time they could complete the job. If I want to complete in 54 days, I need more machines obviously. Let us say it is x2 number of machines that we are using, and you know here this number of machines and number of days inversely proportional. Product remains same, 42 into 63 equals to x2 into 54. Therefore, x2 is equals to 42 into 63 upon 54. On cancellation, 9 7s are 63, 9 6s are 54, 6 1s are 6 7s are 42, 7 7s are 49. That means 49 machines are needed to complete the job in 54 days. So that you will write as a conclusion. Now coming to the question number 9. In question number 9, a car takes 2 hours to reach a destination by traveling at the average speed. It is not a speed, it is the average speed of 60 km per hour. How long will it take when the car travels at the speed of 80 km per hour? See children, here number of hours or the time, I say it is variable x, and speed of the vehicle, I say car as another variable. If you go at 60 km per hour, it is kilometer per hour, and here it is in hours. It is taking 2 hours. If it goes at 80 km per hour, let us say it takes x2 number of hours, and you know number of hours and the speed of the car are inversely proportional. So the product remains same, 2 into 60 is equals to x2 into 80. Therefore, x2 is equals to 2 into 60 upon 80. On cancellation, it gives you 1.5 hour, or I say 90 minutes. 90 minutes is also correct. So you write the conclusion. Coming to the question number 10. In question number 10, 2 persons could fit new windows in a house in 3 days. 2 persons in 3 days. Here we have number of persons and number of days. So 2 persons in 3 days. If one person fell ill before the work started, how long would the job take now? One person fell ill means only we have one person. Now it takes, product should be remain same, 2 3s are 6, it takes 6 days obviously. Next, how many persons would be needed to fit the windows in 1 day? So, if you want in one day to be completed, 6 people, product should be remain same, 6 people required. So, here 6 persons, how many persons? 6 persons required. Here in how long? This 6 days. So, that is the way of solving. It is a oral question in fact. Coming to the question number 11, a school has 8 periods a day, each of 45 minutes duration. How long would each period be if the school has 9 periods a day, assuming that the number of school hours to be the same? That means number of periods and number of minutes or time, you can say number of minutes for each period. So, if I consider this as two variables, if I have 8 periods, 45 minutes, if I have 9 periods, how many minutes? So, product should remain same, 8 into 45 equals to 9 into y2, therefore, y2 equals to 8 into 45 upon 9, 9 5s are, so it is 8 5s 40 minutes in to that each period will be if there are 9 periods. So, this is how we solve the questions from exercise 13.2. With this I have completed all the questions of exercise 13.2 as well as this chapter. Wishing you good luck and take care of yourself. Jai Hind. Thank you.